Hey guys, welcome back to the Upkeep. I'm your host, Blake Ignatius, and this is...
I am Robert, or M_Blazer, which you can find somewhere over here.
Yes, somewhere here.
Somewhere.
So, we're doing this after the session that happened on Wednesday. So, who is your character?
So my character is Nilbog Boa. Nilbog Boa, keep forgetting there's no R there. I'm a hobgoblin fighter.
So, your name is the most interesting because it's the most different. What does it mean? How did you come up with it?
So with the name, I've always had fancy names with my characters, and most of the times it's I've just sort of thrown a random name, for instance Gerald and stuff like that,
which they're using in the Friday group.
Oh no,
they went from Rufus to Gerald.
Oh no,
yeah.
So it kind of came up with Nilbog as in Nilbog Boa backwards is hobgoblin, which is what I am.
Your race. That's so good. It sounds so good.
It does. Well. It works very well.
Because it's just Boa.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think that's how it's pronounced, but
I think it's pronounced bow. Like
but Boa.
Yeah.
So it just sounds like a hobgoblin.
Yeah, we just put a little hyphen above the
it's fantastic. I love it. So this again was another quiet session. No real combat. This is the build up to something bigger, apparently, because when you look at the things that they went through and the conversations they were having, no one actually thought it was just hobgoblins. Not hobgoblins. That's you. Gnolls, or as you call them, chickens.
Chickens, yeah. They did sound like chickens.
So, what is your take on that? What do you think is actually happening? If you have any thoughts on
honestly, I don't know. So like me as a character, I'm a traveler going around hunting different types of animals and creatures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just ended up in a town, grabbing a couple of drinks and waking up in the morning and having some random things run and attack me. So
yeah.
I decided I'm not going to sit here.
Attempt to.
Attempt to. They ended up killing themselves with a bit of help by me. But they did 90% of the damage to themselves, which was awesome. Honestly, no idea.
Yeah. So, well, in that case, it is strange. So, when they got back and you guys went to the church, you had more than an opportune chance to leave, but you didn't. You stuck around, which is more or less, let's see where this goes. For people who don't know, they don't have to stay. If they play the character and they don't like it, this is the perfect opportunity for them to leave. And the character exists in the world, but you can make a new one.
Yeah.
But you enjoy your character, so you're attempting to do it, which in the games, they're always open-ended.
Yeah.
Right now you are following this, but it doesn't mean this has to be the one you follow. Let's say if the three of you leave, that means someone else's character, if they decide not to leave with you, kind of gets retired.
Yeah.
But you stayed. And the one question I have is that when Gale and Cathana went with Magnus to the king's palace, the king's the castle,
the chat with the king.
You stayed at the front to actually observe the people fighting. Why'd you do that?
So my backstory is I'm a fighter.
Yeah.
And me and my best friend Crow, we used to fight each other, spar with each other a lot. And he died, and so I've just been continuing our dream of hunting and
what is it that your character hunts?
So just creatures, anything big or small.
More like monstrous and stuff like that.
Yeah, so obviously the bigger the better.
Yeah.
Whatever I come across, if I can harvest something from it.
Yeah, but in your lore, actually, you haven't fought anything big.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think the biggest you would have fought would be like an owlbear.
Yeah. Nothing too monstrous.
But yeah, so back on track. Why'd you watch it?
So me and Crow, we used to spar with each other and stuff like that. But then he died beside me in battle. So I'm just sort of continuing this adventure before me and him as like a memorial type. I don't know. I can't remember the exact
like a legacy. Keep going.
So it's pushing. It was kind of both our dreams, but now I have to it's pushing me to fulfill it for me and for him.
Doing it by yourself, just keeping it alive.
Yeah, and just walking into towards the palace with everyone, and then just seeing the two people sort of sparring with each other just gave me a sense of a flashback between from what me and Crow used to do together.
Seemed familiar, so you much rather deal with that. Yeah, and so you'd watch that. So with the role play, I know that, and for those who don't know, he has been playing this game for just as long as I have actually. But the difference is some people do get into that, and some people don't. You try your best when it comes up, and Gale really caught you off guard.
He did.
You stumbled on everything, which is fine. But it's a good clarification right now because what you've just done is explained what you probably should have explained to them. But
it kind of hit me. I wasn't expecting it. Yeah. Because when we sort of wrote up or spoke about, didn't say write up, we spoke about my backstory. My memory gets very frail. Everything just
you didn't write dot points. So now that's what we're going to do. We're going to write down dot points. So you can even refer to this.
Yeah. Refer to page 51, section 4.
Yeah. So that's absolutely fine. So, what is it that your character wants to do as a character? I know you want to be a monster hunter, but for instance, Kathana, she wants to actually start building traps to use in combat. What is your character's niche thing? Because everyone can be a fighter, but what separates you?
So in the town I'm currently calling home, I think it is,
which is
Dovrik.
Dovrik.
Yeah, Dovrik. I have a blacksmith there, and he turns. So I can go out and I get jobs from him, so stuff, bounties and stuff like that. I'll kill an animal, harvest its skin, feathers, nails, just parts of it, and he will turn it into an armor or arrowhead or a sword or a shield, and he will make arms and armor. Yeah,
so it's like the game of Monster Hunter and Dauntless.
Yeah, so just sort of a mashup of a couple of different games, and that's sort of making it my own thing.
And the funny thing is, that's not a subclass. That's actually using in-game mechanics to do that, which not a lot of people actually explore.
But it can go hand in hand. I can just roll very bad on the dice rolls, and not harvest anything for anything, and then it sort of deletes kind of my what I want to do with the character, or I can just roll really good and just get everything.
But sometimes that's just how that goes. You can't really help that.
It's all
the dice roll is the final say of it. So, what do you think's gonna happen next session? You're stuck in a tavern now. You've got the plan of you have to go back and investigate. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think you're going to find?
I reckon we'll come up against another couple of gnolls. I reckon they're probably hanging around there somewhere. Yeah. I'm not sure if I actually noticed the ones in the forest. I don't know if my character actually seen them or if I was warned about them. Yeah. But yeah, so me out of game knowledge, I reckon they're probably still going to be there.
This isn't an Illbook thing. It's you, the player.
Well, me as a player, I reckon we're going to go near that forest on the way back. We'll go through it, and we will get ambushed by those gnolls, or they're going to be kind of already moved on with that catapult.
Or you would have seen, or you might find a gnoll with an arrowhead sticking out of its foot.
Yeah. Honestly, it can go anyway. But I reckon we're going to run into an ambush.
You're hoping.
That too. I want to punch her with some chickens.
He is a fiend for combat. It's his favorite part of being here.
I get very shy when it comes to role playing. I try to get into it, but just
again. I think it's the fact of when you compare your last character with this character. Your last character you played for over a year to the point where you felt super comfortable. This is your 4th session going on to your 5th. Yeah. So anyway, where can they find you?
So you can find me on Twitch. It's n_Blazer. We're going to have it up here again. I stream Saturday nights 7:30. Usually just a random abundance of sort of team building type games, multiplayer games, with the current Wednesday group or the Friday group. They can jump in and stuff like that. I do stream other days of the week. Nothing's sort of really been scheduled, but 100% Saturdays is one of my streaming days, so you can catch me on there on Twitch.
And you can also catch him on our YouTube channel where you'll find select videos that are just from him. on gameplay that he does offline. So anyway, thank you for being my guest tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's all good. And well, we'll catch you next time on the Upkeep. Alrighty, bye.
Bye.